kukimbia kujificha huku vichakani South Africa, tukiamini kwamba ndugu yangu Raila atakuwa angalau rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Kalonzo's presidential dream is alive, but ODM just served him a condition that could kill it in one move.
Perhaps we only fear some of the friends that you keep, but otherwise, as a person, you are not a bad person.
By all indications, Kalonzo Musyoka is warming up for yet another shot at the presidency. And this time, it looked like he might finally have the wind at his back. Until ODM threw a spanner in the works. Publicly, they are willing to back him. Privately, they have attached one very clear condition: cut off Rigathi Gachagua or count ODM out.
Wagogni untie. Wagone baba Raila Molo Dinga.
The message wasn't delivered through a formal statement or a press release. It came during the burial ceremony of Beryl Odinga, the sister to Raila Odinga, where national grief briefly gave way to quiet political signaling.
There's nobody who came here who we call an enemy. They are all friends and very good friends. The other time when I was talking in Nairobi, I told you in politics there are no enemies. Don't be cheated that because so and so don't like this person, therefore I should not like him because he's an enemy. They are no enemies. Because those people you think are on the wrong side, check these leaders. Tomorrow you'll find them hugging and talking together.
Senator Moses Kajwang took the microphone and with a few carefully chosen words reshaped the 2027 race. Kajwang spoke warmly of Kalonzo Musyoka, revealing that Raila Odinga himself had advised ODM never to attack the Wiper leader.
And I've read in the eulogy that she was a classmate to Kalonzo Musyoka. And I hope that Kalonzo Musyoka will explain to us why she let go of such a beautiful woman. And he's coming back here on the day of her funeral. But Vice President Kalonzo, some of us are quite happy to see you. You see, many people have said things that Raila told them. But there's one thing Raila also told us about Kalonzo Musyoka. He told us not to scandalize, not to attack, and not to antagonize Kalonzo Musyoka. And that is why in the Senate, the deputy leader of minority in the Senate is still Senator Enoch Wambua, a member of Wiper. In the National Assembly, the deputy leader of minority is still the Honorable Mbui, a member of Wiper. Your Excellency, I hope today you will also tell us what you had planned with Raila, because inaonekana kuna kitu mlikuwa mmepanga.
That part was pure praise. But then came the twist. ODM has no issue with Kalonzo Musyoka except for the company he keeps.
Sisi hatuna ubaya na wewe mheshimiwa, and perhaps we only fear some of the friends that you keep. But otherwise, as a person, you are not a bad person.
It didn't take long for everyone in the room and online to figure out what he was talking about, or rather who he was talking about. Because in this context, friends doesn't mean golfing buddies. It means Rigathi Gachagua. And of course, Gachagua wasn't mentioned, and he didn't need to, because his long combative history with the Odinga camp is well documented.
Finally, sisi tuko sawa. Mzee Azimio tumemtuma huko bunge aonane na hao akina Medhu, awaambie shida yake ni gani. Mimi na president hatuna time ya kuongea na yeye. Hatuna. Ama nyinyi mnataka tuongee na yeye?
During his tenure as deputy president, Gachagua routinely made himself a full-time job for ODM's communication wing.
Huyu jamaa ya maandamano amezoea to force his way into government through violence.
He once bragged about laying traps in State House to block Raila Odinga from getting close to William Ruto.
Hiyo ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila pale, kila mahali nimeweka, na niko na watu wa kunipigia simu. Wakionekana tu karibu naambiwa. Kwa sababu uwezi mtu ameharibu serikali 4 umkubalie akuje ya 5. Si ataharibu.
He painted Raila as a perennial spoiler in every administration and even called him a curse.
Huyu jamaa ya maandamano amezoea to force his way into government through violence. In 1982, he masterminded a military coup against the government of President Daniel Arap Moi. Many Kenyans died and property was destroyed. He wanted to come to power through the back door. It was not possible. In 1997, when he stood for presidency, he was number 4. He lost. He brought chaos and violence, and President Daniel Arap Moi brought him to government and made him Minister for Energy. You know what happened? Akakuja kwa serikali ya Moi, akaisambaratisha. In the year 2007, Mwai Kibaki, our beloved president, defeated him hands down. He brought chaos, many Kenyans died, property was destroyed, and Kibaki brought him into government through nusu mkate. You know what he did to Mwai Kibaki. In the year 2017, again, President Uhuru Kenyatta defeated him again. He brought chaos. He sowed fear to President Kenyatta. He brought him to government through the handshake. He came and destroyed the entire Jubilee agenda, made life impossible, confused our president, and made all projects to stall. 2022, we defeated him. He went to court. The Supreme Court made a decision. Again, now he's back. He has brought violence. He has brought destruction of property to intimidate President William Ruto and I to bring him into government. He is trying to come to government through blackmail. He is trying to blackmail us into talks. I want to confirm to the people of Kenya that the government shall not give in to blackmail.
Basically, Gachagua made no secret of his disgust on Raila.
We have told church leaders who are telling us to sit with Raila Odinga that we are willing to sit with him, but not to discuss his forceful entry into government.
Then came the irony. After his fallout with William Ruto, Gachagua attempted to play opposition messiah, floating the idea of uniting with Raila Odinga to topple the very government he once defended.
Yes. But I'm saying we are not opposed to working with Raila Odinga.
You're willing to
already we are working with Kalonzo Musyoka.
Okay.
We are working with Eugene Wamalwa. We are working with Fred Matiang'i. We are working with Eugene Wamalwa. We are working with all like-minded Kenyans. If Raila Odinga does not make a decision to destroy his legacy and support President William Ruto, and decides to join the rest of Kenyans in trying to liberate our country and get it back in the right footing, and calls upon us for a discussion on the possibility of working together in whatever formation.
You're open to that?
We are open to that discussion.
Okay.
We are not selfish people. Okay. By the way, myself and my community are on record having supported somebody else.
Raila, ever the master of silent refusals, didn't take the bait.
Sasa mimi niliuliza nyinyi tufanye vipi? Tumpiwa jamaa mwingine alikuwa anasema ati ameweka mtego. Alikuwa anaweka mtego. Kila mahali ameweka mtego, hakuna kitu ya kupita, kuna mambo ya handshake, kuna mambo ya nusu mkate. Sasa sema namna hiyo. Sasa mnataka tuende kwa jamaa mwenye mtego? Tuongee na mwenye mtego.
ODM refused the handshake.
When we told them, including Gachagua, that Raila was the right leader to lead this country and give shares to everybody, they refused and supported Ruto. But now, when we are also talking to the same Ruto they went to support, they are telling us, you come and join us, you come and lead us, we are going to give you kura. What is the assurance that they will give Raila kura?
And when that door stayed shut, Gachagua reverted to familiar ground, attacking Raila throughout.
The elections will be sorted out through the ballot, and I can tell you, even if they are together with Raila in the ballot, we'll beat him 7+1.
But this time, according to ODM insiders, he didn't just go too far. He crossed a line that can't be uncrossed.
Sisi tunatakia hiyo mzee mema. Tunataka wakuwe pamoja na Ruto, tuwafukuze pamoja kwa debe 2027. Harambee! Harambee!
When Baba was hospitalized, Gachagua made some remarks which were interpreted by ODM diehards as dancing on Baba's hospital bed.
Sasa nimeona jana hii watu ya ODM wakileta upuzi. Ati hiyo mzee yao ako na matatizo. Ati wanataka kuwekelea Kalonzo na mimi. Kalonzo ni bakteria. Yeye ni virus. Sasa maneno ya ugonjwa Kalonzo na mimi tunaingilia wapi?
That statement, ladies and gentlemen, was a final straw. From that moment, teaming up with Gachagua became the ultimate political suicide mission in ODM circles. It felt like walking through Eastleigh carrying a bag of pork. You'd either get stoned by an angry mob or completely be banished from the area.
That anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk like Kahiga cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends, whether they are in our party or outside our party.
Now, with Gachagua linking arms with Kalonzo Musyoka, ODM sees a problem they can't ignore. The suspicion is that Gachagua is slowly dragging Kalonzo down politically, especially among Luo loyalists who once backed his coalition with Raila Odinga without question. The thinking is, without Gachagua in the picture, Kalonzo could win that trust. With him, he loses it by default.
You know, they have to try everything wagonganishe Kalonzo na Gachagua.
This is where Kalonzo's balancing act gets tricky. He needs broad-based support, including ODM's massive base, especially in Nairobi and parts of Nyanza. But Gachagua, for all his baggage, still commands attention and resources.
Na unajua ile shida tuko nayo hapa, Dr. Kalonzo Musyoka.
For Kalonzo, he is both an asset and a liability depending on the audience. ODM, however, isn't joking anymore. Their latest posture makes it clear. If Kalonzo wants the ODM endorsement, Gachagua cannot be anywhere near the campaign bus. Gachagua recently stirred more backlash after saying that all key political seats in Nairobi must go to his party.
Tumekubaliana kiti cha gavana kitachukuliwa na DCP. Kiti cha seneta kitachukuliwa na DCP. Kiti cha women rep kitachukuliwa na DCP. Tumekubaliana na Wiper kati ya viti 17. Kati ya DCP na Wiper tutachukua viti 16.
That didn't sit well with ODM leaders who currently dominate the capital's political map. Any candidate aligned with Gachagua is now being viewed as a threat to ODM's hold on the city, and they are not about to hand over control in the name of opposition unity. Adding more pressure is Eugene Wamalwa, who reminded ODM of a political debt. Kalonzo supported Raila in 2022 and helped him keep the Azimio coalition intact. It is time, Wamalwa says, for ODM to return the favor by backing Kalonzo's 2027 bid.
Sisi ujue ya kwamba kule ambako tuko as united opposition, we are friends of ODM, we are friends of Baba. Ujue ya kwamba kule uko na marafiki wapya. Waswahili wanasema usiache mbachao kwa msala upitao. Know that if anything happens and you want to look back to where your friends are, you can count on Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, you can count on Wamalwa. Tuko pamoja.
You see, ODM might agree if the Gachagua equation is solved. Now, Kalonzo Musyoka is for now the front runner in the opposition lane. He has experience, national name recognition, and a reputation for diplomacy. But ODM support isn't coming free. The price is simple but heavy. Distance yourself from Rigathi Gachagua or walk alone. And that's the deal on the table, and the clock is ticking.